Stay the fuck away, stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away, stay the fuck away. Willy-loo! Sean Patrick here, enjoying the plague the best I can. Ah, lovely. Well, in happy news, today is a very special day for us here at Stay the Fuck Away from Sean Patrick. It's the birthday of our producer and spiritual leader, Scum. He's now 15 calendar years old. I don't know how many cat years that is, or if that's even a thing. But happy birthday, you old bastard. No, this is where I usually do the virtual hugs and kisses bit, but I'm not feeling it right now because I'm fatigued. So we'll just get down to it. Now, today, the Conservatives managed to get their proposal passed to form another committee to force the feds to give a full detailed audit on the pandemic spending, including ongoing negotiations for PPE and vaccines. Now, the feds rightly pointed out that you can't hold effective negotiations between and or with multiple contractors publicly. The public release of any directly related number to any of these negotiations damages our bargaining position. This is a basic fact of business. What the feds didn't point out is that saying how soon we will get and how much we are potentially spending on PPE and rapid tests we don't yet have and vaccines that don't yet exist can't possibly help the average Canadian in any way. This is modeling 2.0. Aside from the aforementioned obvious destruction of our negotiating position, all this can do is give more reasons for reporters and public to say, you said this was going to happen, but it didn't. Why not? Like, what part of unprecedented are you still not getting? Like, the only constant is change, especially when you chuck Drumphitis on top of it, so just take a deep breath and relax. Worry about the things that are important, like the restrictions in your area. Well, and speaking of whining about hypotheticals, let's talk about today's federal address. I highly recommend that you watch it. Some excellent and important things, including two of the Prime Minister's most impassioned responses. And watching it certainly did not suck. For the record, my relationship with Justin Trudeau is by vast majority sexual. So even so, unlike one of the fucking journos in today's post-address questions, I would never call Dreamy Justin true. Have some fucking respect. But this mixed messaging thing has gotten way out of hand. One needless shit disturber, needless reporter, asked, what responsibility do you think governments and public health agencies have in some of the mixed messages that Canadians seem to be receiving? You yourself said a few weeks ago that if you just don't get together for Thanksgiving, maybe we'll have a shot at Christmas. And I think I just heard you say, well, maybe we won't be able to have Christmas. You keep seeming to move the finish line. And the messages are often mixed. What responsibility do governments bear in that, and how can you fix that so Canadians are getting a more constant message? Yeah, let that sink in for a moment. Out of all the messages that might have been honestly misconstrued, they came up with a question that could have only been let to pass if they had finished it with, oh, yeah, I see how I fucked up right there. I don't know how to think on my feet, never mind whilst chewing gum. Sorry for wasting everybody's time. What J-Dog said was, if we behave like reasonable human beings for this period of time, we might be able to let loose a bit in the future. Now, the contagion rate clearly continues to rise, so clearly people didn't listen to the clear message. Thus, much like the Crucifixion Zombie Savior Party weekend, much like Native and or Turkey Genocide Day, much like life in fucking general, everything depends on our personal choices. We have to make judgments based on our own lives, and that includes the level of gathering and celebration of the marriage of Coca-Cola and the spirit in the sky. The mixed messaging, which doesn't include that previous non-example, can be beaten with a little bit of critical thinking. Now, as the officials have said repeatedly and very, very clearly today, there are different regions in this vast country, therefore different approaches are needed. Due to this, the feds have to be very generalized, the provincial overlords have to be slightly more specific, and then the municipal puppets have to really make the ultimate final decisions. There aren't many mixed messages. You just have to use your brain to understand before you react. Try to be Spock for a few minutes before you Trump out. Really, the most mixed message, which nobody has pointed out yet, is Doug the Slug repeatedly saying that 99% of people are following the rules. If that were true, the chains of transmission would have been broken and cases would be rapidly declining, not rising. Just say it like it is. A lot of people are selfish bastards and need to get their shit together because every one of us is a potential. So if you want to have Christmas but don't want grandma to die, wear a mask, stay the fuck away from each other, and wash everything. A lot.